Good morning, everyone. Want to welcome you all to Reading 365. I'm Floyd Stokes, and I am joined by the man, David Botero. He is a huge community activist. He Hope in Handball. He's diversity committee for Dauphin County. He's currently on the committee for marketing for cultural diversity team. He's also one of our Zoom managers. He's been on a few times reading, an avid reader, library goer, heavily involved uncle, and has the cutest little dog you've ever seen. And we're going to be introduced. He's going to introduce us to his little puppy there. And David, more importantly, he's a good friend of mine. And I just really value our friendship. And thank you, David, for your support over the years, way back when. Thank you so much for continually staying involved and showing your passion and love for reading. What do you have for us this morning?
Thank you, Floyd. Good morning. And it's not only my pleasure, but my honor and a privilege to work with you. You are my brother, and God bless you and the American Literacy Corporation. So what you do, you're a great leader, and we follow. So I'm happy to participate. This is Barron, and he is my co-reader today.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a book. It is what I like to consider a Spike Lee joint. It's a book by Lee and Tanya Lewis Lee. It's called Giant Steps to Change the World.
Wonderful.
And I'm not doing it just because we had an election, but the fact that we had an election, our world is always changing. And I thought about the value, the importance, and the shift that we are already experiencing with having an incoming vice president that is the first of many things, right? The first woman of color, first Indian. She's like half Indian, half African-American, so many things. And she's always been a first in her profession. So I didn't do it just because of that, but I recognize, and as we share this with our readers, we have to take giant steps to change the world. And everyone has it in them to be a hero. And this book is about standing up for what we believe in. And as this book indicates, we need to jump that first hurdle in order to do great things. Sometimes we have to write that first word, or sometimes we have to paint that first stroke. And speaking of, writing that first word, Floyd is a published author. Both his daughters, Olivia and Madison, are published authors. So they had to put those words onto paper to become published. So that's what this book is about, is taking that first big step about doing something with positive impact and making a beautiful impression in our world.
Thank you. We look forward to hearing about the book.
Cool. You want me to jump in?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, everyone. My name is David B. This book is called Giant Steps to Change the World. See it this way. On some days, your dreams may seem too far away to realize. See how Barron's helping me with the book? Let's see. Listen to the whispers of those that came before, those who had hard days but dared to make their dreams come true. They made giant steps to make the world a better place and left big shoes for you to fill. The road won't be easy. People will try to exclude you, but you must leap over hurdles like the Olympic athlete who won the gold, even though he had been relegated to second-class status by the very country he was representing. There was a time in our history where we didn't allow certain athletes to represent our country. There will be dark days and lonely nights. Press on through the darkness and keep going. The way the freedom fighter encouraged the enslaved to ride the railroad to safety, so that all could be free. So we're talking about not only Harriet Tubman, but other pioneers and other leaders that helped abolish slavery. You won't always have the answers. Ask for help and guidance. Like the teacher who started a school for children that was thought unteachable and turned them into scholars. Others may try to force you to ignore your principles. Stand your ground, like the heavyweight champion who refused to pick up a gun against a fellow human being. So we're talking about Muhammad Ali and all of his greatness. I believe he won a Nobel Peace Prize. I can get fact checked on that. He was an amazing individual. If they tell you, no, you are not smart enough. Sorry for the glare, folks. Let me try it this way. No, you are not smart enough. Prove them wrong with your fortitude and brilliance, like the neurosurgeon with magic hands, because they were wrong about him and they are wrong about you. Your heart will ache for your countryman who is hungry. Go to him and feed him. Like the woman who dedicated her life to feeding the hungry and healing the sick and asked for nothing in return. Here's some images. This book is illustrated by Sean Quayles, I believe. Really cool imagery here. And clearly we're talking about a lot of diversity in this book. When you witness the ills that poverty and lack of education heap on a community, lend your voice. Like the poet who wrote of the pain and the beauty of neighborhoods forgotten. If you stare at a painting and do not see yourself there, paint your own portrait. Let the world see that you do exist and that you are truly special, like the boy from Brooklyn whose style was so unique. Floyd and I were talking about hip hop earlier. I'd like to believe that they're talking about the boy from Brooklyn is Biggie Smalls, Chris Wallace, but I believe, help me out, Michelle Basquiat, was that his name? Michelle Jean Basquiat was the artist in Brooklyn. I got it wrong, but it's in there somewhere. While some may say you are crazy, wild, or even selfish, you know you are just like the scientists who had a hard time learning to read, but whose theories became the basis for most of modern science. Anybody guess who that is that they're talking about? So we got to take giant steps to change the world. And Albert Einstein was one of those people. When those whispering in your ear tell you that your country is in need of new leadership and new direction, make a plan and make your voice heard, like the man who dreamed of his father, found his own vision, and changed the world forever by becoming president of the United States. So that would be the 44th president of the United States, Barack Obama. Cool pictures. The first step is key. You may be so unsteady that you actually fall, but you must pick yourself up and keep stepping. Your might and courage will be the foundation that impacts us all. So kids, if you're listening, your parents will often tell you that if you fall down, get up. If you fall down 7 times, get up 8 times, to fail and fail forward. And my friends and I often like to say, trust the climb. Just trust the climb. Have faith in there. So the first step is key. And even though it's unsteady, and if you actually fall, pick yourself up and keep stepping. So when you take that big first step, beware of the worst enemy of all, fear. So here's the artist's picture, his rendition of what fear looks like. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being different, fear of being the same. These are so important because a lot of the fear is internal, and we're so scared to fail And some of us, believe it or not, are scared to succeed. We would think, I'm not meant to succeed, or my parents didn't succeed, so I shouldn't succeed, or my brother or sister, they're not doing well, so I shouldn't do well. And that's the enemy. Don't let that fear get in your way of success. Shoot down that fear like the mighty pilots from Tuskegee, who shot down their Nazi foes from the sky. Take a giant step over that fear. Like the giant step one astronaut made on the moon for all of mankind. Now it's your turn. Everyone is waiting. What's your next step going to be? What's your next step going to be? Really digging these illustrations. And the book begins and ends with lots of quotes. Jesse Owens, which is the Olympian that was being talked about earlier, says, one chance is all you need. He had one chance to be great and he got it. Muhammad Ali said, he who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. So if you don't swing, you won't make it hit. And he obviously took major courageous steps in life to become great. Ben Carson was the neurosurgeon that was being talked about, that was discussed. Happiness doesn't result from what we get, but from what we give. And that's a big saying for a lot of people. It's not what you get out of life, it's what you put into it. Mother Teresa was the woman that was talked about that gave back to the hungry. She says, peace begins with a smile. It costs nothing to smile. And it takes every bit of energy to just give a little smile that you can actually share with others. One Tuskegee Airman said, keep us flying. So he's looking for support. He or she was looking for support from others to just keep flying. Albert Einstein says, a person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new. It's okay. Albert Einstein is telling us that it is okay to make mistakes, because if you don't make mistakes, then you're just staying comfortable in doing what you do, and you learn from these mistakes. So that is the book. It is called The Giant Steps to Change the World by our filmmaking buddy, Spike Lee. This book was donated to commemorate the participation in the National African American Read-In, and I'm proud to share it with our friends at 365 Reading and the American Literacy Corporation. And that is my time with this book. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I encourage you to pick it up and put it in your home library as well.
Fantastic, David. That was an awesome book. We're going to get a chance to discuss that. There's so much that we can unpack in that book. So thank you. So our next reader we have is Tom. He is going to be sharing with us. Tom is a regular reader, and we appreciate your time, Tom, and want to welcome you to Reading 365. You've been with us for the 100-man greeting, the 100-man reading, and the 500-man reading, and we appreciate your support. There you go. We've got the shirts to match. So thank you. What do you have for us today, Tom?
Okay, well, you know that Bella in China, the 10-year-old, my granddaughter, and I do this every 2 weeks. And today we made a recording, and here's why. Here's a little science lesson. Here's the United States on the world, and over here is China. They're both yellow on the map. And if we have the sun, we'll use this light for the sun, we can see that when it's daytime here, look, it's dark over there. It's nighttime there. It's midnight for Bella. So what we did was a recording, and now I'm going to play the recording.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, just a moment. Here we go. All right, I need to share screen.
She'll allow you to share it.
Okay, hi everybody. Okay, just a moment. I made a little glitch there, but we'll catch up quickly. First, I need to share. Okay. And this is going to take less than 10 minutes. The video is 5.5. So we're going to be moving pretty quickly here. Here we go. And can you see the screen?
Hi,
Yes.
everybody.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you something. We eat with a fork and a spoon, and Bella also eats with chopsticks. But today, she ate only with a spoon because she ate her fork. Well, let's find out what really happened. Okay, let's watch.
Ella and I are together today at her lunchtime. So, Ella, how are you going to eat your lunch?
With a spoon.
Oh, a spoon. Well, I know you use chopsticks and a spoon. Have you ever used a fork?
Yes,
Why don't you use a fork today?
because I've eaten my fork.
You've eaten your fork. You can't eat a fork.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
How?
It's a chocolate fork.
Oh, Bella. You're funny. Bella, what are you having for lunch?
I have some egg dumplings, which are dumplings with egg pancakes, like with small egg pancakes around them, and some rice and vegetables and some needle mushrooms.
Needle mushrooms. That all sounds tasty. Could you wait a couple minutes before you eat so we can read a story?
Of course.
Okay, well, let me share the screen. Okay. Screen, would you please share? Okay. And oops, I have to close a couple things, but I can do that quickly. Okay. All right. Here we go. It's a story about a fox and a cat.
A cat walks in the forest. He sees a fox sleeping under a tree. Good day, Mrs. Fox. How are you on this beautiful and sunny day? The fox opens her eyes.
Can't you see I'm sleeping?
Oh, I'm sorry, but as soon as I saw you, I thought to myself, oh, she's so intelligent and so clever. I guess everybody loves her. The fox stands up and looks at the cat from bottom to top.
Ha 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 ha. I didn't know you had a brain, cat. Go away. Hunt mice. That's the only thing you can do.
Oh no, Fox. I can do a lot more things than that, but you haven't answered my question.
Why should I? In fact, I shouldn't be talking to you. You're nobody. You know nothing. You're useless. You don't even have a life. Ha 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 ha.
You're wrong. I have a talent.
A talent? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, sure. Tell me about it.
Well, when I see a bunch of dogs, I can climb up the trees and save my life.
Is that all?
Yes, what about you?
Well, I have a bag of tricks and I really feel sorry for you. Come with me. I'll show you how to get rid of the dogs.
They hear some dogs barking. Wait a minute. Did you hear that?
Don't tell me you're afraid of those barking dogs.
The cat climbs a tree. Well, sure I am.
Ha 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 ha. Now I can see your talent in action.
Come on, Mrs. Fox. What are you going to do? Open up your bag of tricks. Hurry up. They're almost here. Some dogs approach. They grab and take the fox away.
No, cat, do something, help me.
Sorry, I can only hunt mice, remember? The dogs and the fox leave. Oh, poor Mrs. Fox. Your bag of tricks was empty.
The
End.
Well, what we saw there is everybody has something special they can do. And the cat had something special, but the fox didn't know it. And all of our friends have something special they can do. And sometimes we don't know it. And so we want to get to know our friends well. And everybody's not going to be able to do the same thing. But everybody's going to be able to do something. And so we like our friends and we respect them. And we find their special talent, the special thing they can do. Okay, well, Bella, I guess it's your lunchtime, and it was fun reading with you again. And we'll see the children around the world here in another 2 weeks.
Bye,
And
everyone.
when you're with Bella, you're going round the world. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now Bella and I have a surprise for Floyd Stokes. And Floyd, if you would come on camera, if you're there, we would like to share a surprise with you.
I'm here.
We're going to share the screen just for 40 seconds. Watch this. Here are children. As soon as I get it open, we're going to have children. I'm jumping around to where I have to be. Be patient. I have these things ready, I think. Here we go. Can you see that picture?
Yes.
Those are children in the country of Sierra Leone in Africa. And Bella, with her own money, has bought them many books, some storybooks, some textbook, to be their first library. And Mr. Stokes, Bella is going to have the children participate in the reading program. The teacher's going to get local parents to learn to read, to be able to show and read the stories to the children. And this is one of 5 countries where Bella's doing this. So let's see how the children react. The picture's not real clear, but you're going to hear them. Okay, now I'm going to stop share if I can do that quickly. Mr. Stokes,
Yes.
your reading program is now in Sierra Leone. It's going to be in India. It's going to be in Pakistan. It's going to be in Ghana. And it's going to be in Liberia, all thanks to Bella.
Wow. Wow, I'm absolutely speechless, Tom. That's quite amazing what Bella and you are doing, making an impact all across the globe. Thank you. Thank you. That's absolutely powerful. And that's what we're called to do. And David, you can come on, come back. That's what we're called to do, to make this world better than the way we found it. All right.
Well,
so thank you, Tom. That's a beautiful surprise.
Bella and I thought you had a wonderful idea. Marcia and I get to participate in it. And now you saw the reaction of those children. I have many videos from them already, and they're saying, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Their first library.
Wow.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Tom, we hadn't met, but I did see you and Bella reading before, so it was a pleasure seeing both of you again. And I wondered about the last time was live when I saw you guys, and I wondered about that 12-hour time difference.
Well, the time difference when we're on daylight saving time, David, is 12 hours. And that would have meant Bella would have to be up at 11 p.m. at night, which she was doing. But when it became 12 midnight, we said, let her go to sleep, we'll record. And that's how we're doing it.
It ties into the book because I believe we'll be reading about her. She just took those giant steps, giving those books to the students and sharing the joy of reading with all the students in all those countries. So it's such a beautiful thing. She's a blessing, and what a touching gift from you and her to Floyd and to the organization. God bless both of you. That's amazing.
Everything you're doing here, what you're doing, David, what Floyd's doing, what Madison and Livy do with their dad and all this American Literacy Corporation work, it's a gift first to the community, then to the country, and now to the world.
Wow. And you know, David, you're right. I mean, your book talked about those giants, the Mother Teresa and Muhammad Ali and Barack Obama's, and you know the Tuskegee Airmen that paved the way, you know, for so many of us, and Einstein. We could stop there. You know, Jesse Owens. You know, just giants and making a difference and impacting the world. And we just appreciate, you know, you sharing that book and inspiring us and reminding us, you know, we can be giants too. It starts with the community, our home, and then it spreads, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you.
I can tell you, Floyd, I was speaking with, I don't know if you know this woman. Her name is Mary Kratzer. You probably never heard of her.
Yep.
And
We know Mary.
We know Barry. You speaking of a giant.
Deadpan sarcasm there. And so she and I were talking about this beautiful platform and what it means to so many people that are watching live. And then if you're seeing the likes and the views, it amplifies, right, within the week or so, and where it's going to be. Right here we are in early November, mid-November, and where this is going to be in June and July, and even before that. And it's just amazing there, you know, with what Bella has done and with the giants before us, right? And how this is going to affect other people, to give them the idea to start something similarly or to read to other people. And just what you started, what this platform started, and Bella's very unselfish act of kindness, all those things are hurdles that we go over, and we're just introducing other people to. Wow, it's amazing. That actually made me right there.
Yeah, and I'll continue to say this, and I'll show you my shirt. The shirt says 500 men reading. It doesn't say one man. And it takes all of us working together. And that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the folks who embrace this, like yourself, David, and Tom, and the Jamars, and the Wills, and the Madisons, the Olivias, and my other children. And, you know, it spreads. It's not just one person, it's not me. It's the community working together, and the community ends up being the world with the Bellas, you know, and beyond. So that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the others who have come on and being a part of this Zoom and reading and giving of their time and passionately reading and sharing that book that just touched them and connect with them somehow, and sharing that with the world. So I'm really grateful for that.
Let me quickly add, the 500 men reading now includes women too, like my spouse, Marcia.
Sure.
And I should say that Mary Kratzer recently gave support that helped about 250 women in Ghana get some training so that they can be more empowered.
Yeah.
And she has helped the work that we do. So
She silently moves through the community.
Well, it isn't silent if we mention it, right?
Well, and my point is, she doesn't,
He doesn't seek attention.
she does not. And that's the point. And there's so many others who are like that, right?
Yes,
So thank you. All right, any last words?
Watching. I think she's
What's
Thank
that?
you.
She said she might be tuned in today, but I know she's watching. So
Yeah. All right, guys, we thank you so much. This has been extremely moving, a very special reading here this morning. So thank you, Tom. As always, you're a trendsetter. You are presenting your reading in a very unique way. And David, with your background and intelligence, you really do bring a special presentation every single time, and we appreciate that. So thank you.
Okay, we'll see you.
All right, guys, have a great day. We thank you so much. And Madison, thank you so much for being a part of Reading 365. Have a beautiful day, everyone.
thanks, Madison.
Thanks,
Thank
Maddie.
you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.